They could collect the 1% sales tax and dedicate it to the property tax, county property tax, and lower them or hold the line on the Medicaid. That would be useful. Unfortunately, because of the position that Medicaid has put the county in, they're taking the 1% sales tax and still having to raise county taxes. So a couple of towns, we did not start this, although I'll probably get the blame for it. The town of Niagara started a proposal that we share the 1%, the extra 1%, the same ratio that they do the regular formula on the main sales tax, and that we as towns believe that we could transform that extra percentage of money coming to the towns as additional tax relief at the local level, and help augment some of these programs that we're doing, like paving and different stuff like that. Again, we're not in favor of a sales tax increase at all. We've taken a stand on that. But the bottom line is, if they're going to keep an 8% sales tax, we believe they should dedicate the money to the property tax. But again, because of the Medicaid problem not being controlled in Albany, and Albany being out of control, we feel like we're losing out on something. So I just don't know if the public thinks we should do as 4 other towns have done and vote a motion to send to the legislature requesting that they share the formula on that 1% to bring it into the town. I mean, we can do a lot more things with that additional sales tax revenue. The important thing is, I think, though, if the towns are going to ask for that percentage, we should at least try to reduce the tax burden in our special district taxes, as we have in this town, and continue to do so maybe at a higher percentage. So I think we need to see a tax saving somewhere. We're not seeing it from the state, and we haven't been able to see it from the county, and we certainly haven't seen it from the school. So if there's any way we could assist in that, we would like to do that. So I'm asking the public, do you think the town board should do a resolution supporting the 3 or 4 or 5 other towns asking for a share of that extra 1% that they create? If so, I'm going to make a motion that we request that the county share an extra 1%.
Roger.
What do you think?
Yep. Let them share and share
Casino
alike.
money, it'd be nice. All right, at that point then, I'm going to make a motion along with the town of Niagara, the town of Lockport, the town of Newfane, and potentially, I believe the town of Lewiston's going to do the same, to make a motion to request Senator George Maziarz and Assemblywoman Francine Delmonte to submit and pass legislation, excuse me, requiring Niagara County to share the 1% additional sales tax with the municipalities within Niagara County. That's my motion.
Okay.
It's been moved and seconded on the question. Roll call, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, resolution adopted. We'll deliver a copy of that to the chairman of the legislature, Bill Ross, and to Danny Skarsgård, the representative, and a copy to the clerk. And I do have 2 resolutions, one from Burkholz Fire Company. They have acquired a new member, Christopher Farnsworth, and we would like to add them to the rolls. It's been moved and seconded. On the question, roll call, please.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, resolution adopted. We'd like to also add to the fire rolls at Shawnee Volunteer Fire Company, following active members, Raylene Smith and Peter Frezon Sr. Oh, I'm sorry. We're removing Pete Sr. from the active list and adding Raylene Smith to the active list.
Second.
So we moved and seconded on the question. Roll call, please.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, resolution adopted. Okay, Larry.
I had a question. A meeting or 2 ago, I had it on my calendar, a Loveland zoning for September 12th.
Yes.
Is that still on?
Yes.
So when did we schedule that one?
What did we, was that 6? Do we remember the Loveland one?
The applicant is going to be out of town for the next meeting, so I thought it was
To the 12th.
September 12th.
Well, let's make that one 6:45. We'll notify them, then we'll make it at 6:45. We'll publish it accordingly.
So then we have three.
It's already been published and then the residents have been notified of the
Because we had another conflict scheduled for.
All right, let's move the one we approved tonight to, you know what, let's do this. We have the one at 7 for Loveland. We'll do the two that we approved, we'll do one at 7:15. Keep the one at 7:15, move the other one to 7:30. From 7 to 7:30. We'll make it happen. There's one other scheduled for 7:15. So we'll move the other one to, we'll have 7 to 7:15, 7:30. Okay.
Instead of 6:45? 7 instead of 6:45?
No. For what?
That's September 12th. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, we got one for 7, 7:15, and we're gonna have one at 7:30. Public hearings for the board meeting. There?
I had another question, refrigerator pickup. Had a couple of refrigerator requests called into me. I thought when we did Modern that they were going to...
Every other Thursday.
I thought it was every other Thursday, and I have had one resident have a refrigerator out there every Thursday for like 4 or 5 weeks. So I called into Modern, and they said, well, you need to call... The resident needs to call into the 800 number at the town so that they can schedule pickup. Well, they didn't know they had to call in. I thought they had to just leave them out there.
The resident calls the 800 number
Okay.
directly. We don't-
I thought it was just an every other Thursday.
Yeah, so did I. I'm gonna check, let Bob check on that though, I just wanna find out. And we should have a regular white pickup every other week, I think. Check on
It
that.
would be nice.
Robert, good.
One in my, from my neighbor.
Just to clarify, now, maybe I don't know whether we have to put a notice out to remind people or
For,
refrigerators.
well, I think we gotta find out if we should have a regular white pickup every 2 weeks anyway.
That's what I thought.
I mean, that's when I was, I only had one call. I think the deputy supervisor had a refrigerator out for like a month, and finally I called my supervisor and told him. But we want to check on the contract to see if we have a contract.
Not now, but I think at the end of the meeting, I'd like to have an executive session for the water department.
Okay, Kenny.
Nothing received.
Gilbert.
Nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have a resolution here. I think it was in the agendas for the support of the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation for the Town of Wheatfield Playground Improvement Project. At the Town of Wheatfield Board meeting tonight, we want to have a application for funds from the Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation in accordance with the provisions of Title IX of the Environmental Protection Act of 1993, in the amount not to exceed $350,000, and upon approval of said request, to enter and execute a project agreement to the state for such financial assistance to the Town of Wheatfield Playground Improvement Program, and if appropriate, conservation easement reservation covenant to the deed of the assisted property. It's a request for a grant to upgrade our playground equipment townwide. It's been moved and seconded on the question.
Where's
Roll.
this?
Yes,
Where's
Yes.
this property?
it's all park. We're looking for park equipment. Yes,
I thought you said that Art Palmer was out of town.
he is.
It says present, Art Palmer.
Well, this thing is not going to, we did our own motion. This is just a submission from the grant writer.
Okay.
What a resolution should look like. I assure you, we'll wipe that out.
Put Boyer in his place.
We'll put Councilman Boyer. That way, if it doesn't happen, we can always blame them. Do we do a roll call? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Yes, resolution adopted. I never noticed that. Whiteout, she's got the whiteout.
Oh, I see.
Okay, now we'll open it up to public input. Russ?
Okay, one thing, I have a map here to give you first, just so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. This involves one of your favorite subjects, okay, and that's the Wheatfield School Board, okay? And, I'm sorry, I got you one.
This isn't a scale?
It's not the scale, you're right. It doesn't weigh anything. I have extra copies for anybody who might not be familiar with the Brook Falls area and where the school board is in the wing of their school board, which is the yellow brick building, used to be the old kindergarten a long time ago. Well, anyway, as you look at the map, you see that you come up Niagara Road down Roar, Hugo, then goes down to Board of Education, and then there's also another implant coming from Old Falls Boulevard, Schultz, and brings you back to the board building. Well, I have numerous complaints, even myself, okay? A lot of people walk this area, including retired people from the school district of Wheatfield. They have been brushed off the road. The superintendent herself was going like this. So I stopped and I asked one of the people who worked directly under her, what does this mean? And they told me without point blank, that means get out of the way. So fine.
Well, when Judy Howard does that to me, she doesn't even wave.
Well, I could have given her half a victory sign, but I didn't do that. Okay, what is actually happening here, and to be honest with you, a retired judge that lives on Cuba Street refuses to leave his home to go across the street to pick up a newspaper between 7:15 and 8:15. He has relabeled Cuba Street as Indianapolis 500. I have the license plate numbers and stuff. Okay, now, coming off Niagara Road onto Roar, there's a stop sign there. You know about 20 feet from there, there's a driveway coming out. That man who lives there is more concerned about the racetrack people going to the Board of Education than he is about anybody else. He is worried about getting T-bones, okay? Such as the judge who won't cross the road to pick up his morning paper. Such as the lady who doesn't live on a corner but up a ways, who recently hurt her leg, okay, and her foot. I believe she has a broken one, she's on crutches, okay. Said to me the other day, and I had to be talking to her, that she would not call 911 if anybody had a problem, if they ran off the road or something or whatever happened. Okay, I myself have been brushed off the road on All Falls Boulevard just beyond Rick Miller's house. I don't know his number, but you get the idea where that is, okay? You said, and you had on one of your flyers and just mailed out to everybody, you would take some sort of action on things like this, okay? So I'm not the only one complaining. There's a lot of people complaining. I went and I talked to one of the people who worked there. I figured they could spread the word. I said, hey, give us a break. There's a lot of walkers out there. There's a young girl. I figure young because I'm an old man now, see, so I would say she's probably 20 to 25 to go to inline skates, and she whips around that area. She's been scared off the road, okay? This is no fun, all right? We're not targets, okay? In fact, one time, it was so bad, when I went by, I want to say Redslaw, Sheehan's, that's the house there. There's 3 trees there, okay? I ducked off by one of those trees. I didn't want to get hit. I know from previous experience that you come with a car, you hit a tree, the tree ain't going to move, and I'm safe behind the tree. That's what we're feeling here. And these people laugh at you. They think it's a joke. And the people in the neighborhood aren't happy about it.
Well,
okay? Now, number one, too, what they do, and they have a problem with us, or they have had a problem with one of our neighbors, they call the sheriff. So should we do the same thing?
absolutely. I'll be the first one to offer a ticket to Judy Howard.
Okay, she was the one who did this signal to me and 2 ladies that were older than me that walk around that neighborhood and they pick up bottles and stuff. They're a lot of fun, those poor girls. And they're now afraid to go down that area anytime during this time period. Do they run downtown Burkholz or what? What is the story?
Well,